Claude just killed this.
Claude just killed that. I am tired of hearing that hook on social media. And I'm sure you are too, because Claude is eating everything. But in this case, I think Claude might have actually replaced my video editor. I've been growing this YouTube account for the past few months, and we're just about to hit 3K subscribers. So I'm super proud of that. But in the last 3 videos, I've been using Claude Code to edit the entire thing. And one of my videos is currently sitting at 7.7K views, which is pretty good for just getting started. And the thing is that I'm recording the videos, editing them all by myself using Claude Code to do almost the entire process. So today I'll give you the exact formula that I'm using to do this. So it starts with this free open source skill called HyperFrames. HyperFrames was created by HeyGen, which is a popular AI avatar video tool. And essentially all you have to do is to simply copy this command and then open Claude Code. I'll link the command in the description below so that you can install it yourself. So first you want to initialize Claude, and then just simply paste in that command from the HyperFrames by HeyGen website. Okay, so now that's installed.
So now I'm opening a new Claude Code session.
But instead of just initializing Claude from the start, I'm going to point it towards a specific project that I want it to work in. This is on my desktop in my local files, and it's called YouTube project. So having a specific subfolder within your local files help Claude essentially make sure that when you're working on this specific thing, you don't waste tokens searching across your machine for the keywords such as YouTube. Instead, I'd highly recommend setting up a separate folder that you work in when working on your YouTube videos. So now I've given the terminal the specific file path that I want to work in. Next, we can paste in the install command to get HyperFrames set up with the local file in my project folder. So I already have this installed, but just simply paste in that command. The link is in the description to get that. And then you just simply want to follow the steps on screen to get it installed. What this does is that it's going to set up a range of different files on your local machine in that specific folder that you just pointed Claude towards. So the most important ones are agents.md and claude.md, which basically tells Claude exactly how you'd like to work. And just by initializing it with that command I just showed you, basically this will compound and get smarter as you improve your YouTube project over time. You don't need to worry about the JSON files. They're just there to help Claude. So now the most important step is the brand kit. So I have a brand kit over on Canva, which basically has hex codes, typography, etc. Everything that I effectively want in my personal brand. So if you don't have this set up, don't worry. You can just simply, instead of exporting your brand kit and uploading it into Claude Code, I'm going to do right now, you could just simply provide your website URL or any references of your brand, whether that's social media graphics, whether that's anything across your business. Because once you have that uploaded, then simply prompt Claude with something like this. Please save this brand kit for future YouTube videos. So essentially, depending on the context you have in your machine, Claude might simply save that as a brand kit MD, or it might ask you a series of questions just to clarify how exactly you want to use the brand kit. In my case, I want to use it for video production. So I already have a brand design system set up for my LinkedIn infographics, which if you haven't watched that video on how I'm doing it, I'll also link that below. But essentially, Claude just needs this reference to build out a brand system for you to effectively make nice animations and illustrations to add to your YouTube videos. And essentially what Claude is doing is that it's writing a production style brand doc plus a memory file for the specific editing style that I want for my YouTube videos. Great. So now let's move on to the next step, which is installing these amazing components which are pre-configured by HeyGen. So essentially what HeyGen have done is that they've given us around 80 pre-configured components that we can install into Claude. And these look really nice. For example, this liquid glass effect, and they've got some follow button effects, etc. And to install these, you could just do these one by one by simply scrolling through them, clicking on them, and selecting the ones you actually like. Or I have a prompt which allows you to install all of them. Essentially, all I'm asking Claude Code to do here is to read that directory and then effectively install every blocking component into the project. Essentially, Claude will then visit that website, install all of them one by one so that we can use them in our YouTube videos. Great. So whilst that installs, let's move on to how I'm actually recording my. So I'm using a tool called Tella. This isn't sponsored. I just genuinely love the tool. I've used a few other different video tools, and I find Tella the simplest to use and also the most effective. For example, I just record my video in Tella. Then I'm just using the AI features that they have to find mistakes, remove buffers, remove silences, and find filler words. So that takes a few seconds. The actual hard part is going through, scrubbing the timeline and making sure I'm happy with the final version. But there is a GitHub repo that you could use to expedite this process. It's called Video Use. You would just simply go to the repo, copy the code, and then paste that into your Claude Code. But my one recommendation here is I personally would prefer to use a video editing tool like Tella. Why? Because it's simple to use. I record my videos in there anyway. And ultimately, when using Claude Code to edit the video for you, to remove the silences, the ums, the filler words, etc., it can make mistakes. It's not 100% perfect. And that one mistake might cost you another 5 minutes of waiting for it to scrub the rest of the timeline. So the option is down to you. Ultimately, if you don't want another subscription in your monthly SaaS costs, then this is a great free open source alternative. Claude has finished installing all the HyperFrames components, 62 blocks, 23 components, and then 6 textures. So if we wanted to install that GitHub repo for editing our YouTube videos, just simply copy that URL, paste it in. And then you have a few options. I'd suggest opting for option 1 just to install it, and then boom, you have it ready to go. Because I've already edited this video within Tella, I just simply download it, go over to Claude Code and the current chat thread I'm in, drop in that video, and then literally 4 words, edit this video. 3 words actually. Essentially, because I've already edited this video, it's ready to go. But if you just simply drop in your video and say, edit this for me, then Claude will use your brand design system and all of the best practices from the HyperFrames initialization process we followed to create the first draft for you. Once it's finalized creating that video, then you simply want to paste in this command, npx HyperFrames preview, and then it's going to effectively show your video in a local editor here. Now I can watch the video back. So as you can see, Claude has now executed almost perfect CSS and HTML illustrations on top of my video, which is an excellent way to keep viewer retention and also to signpost exactly what you're talking about in your video. The cool thing about the HyperFrames Studio is that if you don't like any of the text, etc. included, then you can simply edit it in this editor and say, install this skill. And then essentially when you get to the final render, saving it as an MP4 file on your local machine, Claude will remember the changes you've made in the visual editor in the HyperFrames Studio. So for example, I just changed this text from there to this. For larger, more structural changes, for example, the first few renders when I was using HyperFrames, they were terrible. So I asked Claude Code to make larger, more structural changes, such as make the text bigger, make sure to use animations. And this actually improved quality. It did take a bit of time and iterations. It wasn't a one-shot solution on the first try. But because I built up the brand system, now it's saved all the memory, saved my preferences. So now when I generate videos, it is almost a one-shot solution. Because once you're happy with the final preview in the HyperFrames Studio, just simply paste in npx HyperFrames render. It's going to save it as an MP4 file on your local machine. For example, here's mine. It's saved here in a subfolder within the YouTube project folder we set up. And yeah, as you can see, everything's rendered almost perfectly. And this is almost ready to publish to YouTube. One caveat here is that this will take 10 to 30 minutes, depending on your processing power of your computer. But it helps you go from a simple screen recording to a professional grade YouTube video. The final thing, which is the most important thing when uploading YouTube videos, is the thumbnail. The thumbnail can make or break whether people even stop and watch your video. So I'm using a process which I absolutely love. Essentially, what I've created here is a system whereby first I analyze YouTube creators who I admire and I love their thumbnails. I've essentially connected Claude Code with Apify, which is a way to scrape social media content, and basically simply just ask Claude, analyze the YouTube thumbnails from this account.
So effectively, what
This process did was it pulled thumbnails from YouTube creators that I genuinely admire, and then it saved their thumbnails into my local machine using Apify to effectively scrape them from YouTube seamlessly without me having to go to every video and to copy and paste them into my machine. And now it's effectively helping me create high quality YouTube thumbnails without having to start from scratch every time.
plus it has a reference image of me to pull from. So yeah, it can generate a lifelike thumbnail which actually looks like me.
And how I'm doing that is that I'm using the Gemini API, so that I'm using Nana Banana, which is Google's AI image generation model, to effectively take my topic, take references, and to create a perfectly on-brand thumbnail for my specific video. But part of this process is still manual. For example, so I'm currently recording this video about Claude, using Claude to edit my YouTube videos. So what I would do in this instance is also a YouTube search to find thumbnails on the same topic, because we can either find a directly similar one, or we can just, search YouTube and find a popular one. For example, I think like some thumbnails simply just go round and round. For example, this whiteboard style is very popular. And this one was also very popular, which I used for my most successful video, actually.
So there's two ways to do it. Let's say that we wanted to one-shot this thumbnail. Okay, generate a thumbnail for this YouTube video.
So if we wanted just to rely on the references that I provided Claude with and the reference image of myself, then it can just simply generate a thumbnail almost in one shot here.
And effectively, Claude will then ask me questions on the title that I want to include in the thumbnail.
Go for this option, and it's giving me some thumbnail format. Generate me those 4 variation options that you just provided me with. And a really cool thing about this is that there are literal services online which charge you for YouTube thumbnails. This is created almost completely free. The only thing I'm paying for here is my Claude subscription,
Gemini API calls,
and then Apify
whenever I'm using it to scrape social media content.
So to make this truly an effective system, I've built an agent team in Claude Code. So Claude, what does my agent team for YouTube look like?
So effectively, I have 8 agents operating in my YouTube project.
I have 1 script writer if I need it. For example, right now, it's not scripted. I'm just speaking to you naturally. Next is the video cutter. So that's going to identify the silences and filler. Then we have the scene anchor, which is going to cut timestamps and to make sure that the overlay matches perfectly what is being spoken. Then the overlay builder, so that's the CSS illustrations, etc. that you're seeing on screen in this video. Then we have the renderer, and then the QA review. So this is quite important. Anything I'm building within Claude Code always has a QA reviewer to make sure the quality of the output is good enough and it passes a 95 out of 100 gate, because sometimes false output are not perfect. It's AI, and we need a way to add an evaluation to effectively ensure that it doesn't show me subpar work. Then we have the thumbnail designer, which I gave you a taste of just now. And then we have the brief writer. So this creates an upload brief MD, and effectively I just drag and drop that into Claude or any LLM, and it writes the title, the description, the chapters, the tags, everything I need to do a YouTube video. So this is just an insight into how I'm creating YouTube videos. If you want the full workflow, then I'm going to be releasing it all in a digital product, which I'll be launching very soon. So if you want to find out more about that, just click the link in the description below, and to get access to the waitlist, plus all the workflows and everything that I covered today. So I hope that you found this useful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week. So take care and goodbye.